I agree, Brendan. I think that's probably one of the topics of discussion in the locker room, and that is exactly what they want to do on this first drive to try and really put the dagger in early. We're underway in the second half. Brendan Lynch brings the opening kickoff back across the 25, spins across the 30, and out to the 35-yard line before he is finally drugged down by Eric Roginski. Good return by Brendan Lynch, who is having a terrific day. 8 catches in the first half, as well as throwing a touchdown pass on a halfback option. And he comes up with a big kickoff return, getting the Spartans out to the 37-yard line. Billy Beecher under center, hands it to Bianco, straight up the middle of the field, crosses the 40, and is tackled near the 43-yard line. A pickup of 6 for Anthony Bianco, the sophomore runner out of Allison Park, PA.
I think the Spartans in the second half are going to want to try to establish more of a run game. They ran the ball fine in the first half, but it was not a point of dominance. It was more of a passing attack from Beecher on some short throws. I think they'd like to try to incorporate Bianco and Secre, who had a combined 7 net yards in the first half.
Beecher back to throw. He'll be sacked. Well, penetration coming in from a couple of different spots on the defensive line. Back in there, Brett Alberti, as well as Nick Goforth, who's having a fine day on the defensive side of the football. They sack Beecher all the way back at the 35, so a loss of 8. 3rd down and 12. 13:45 to go in the third quarter. Case leading it 20-7. Beecher to throw it, gets rid of it quickly to Lynch. Tries to get outside. He does turn the corner across the 40 and is run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. That's good enough to make up the lost yardage, but nowhere near a first down. And the Spartans will have to punt this one away. They're looking at a 4th down at about 4.
There's a injured Spartan. I think that's Sean Laps. Nope, that's Brendan Lynch on the far side of the field, and he is being attended to on the far side by the visiting training staff for a moment, but he does not look to be in good shape.
So Brendan is down after that run after the catch, and they are going to continue to take a look at him. And it looks like we'll take a timeout here while they help Brendan off the field. Hopefully we'll have a better idea of his condition when we come back. 20-7 Spartans, early third quarter on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
In search of an extraordinary dining experience where you're certain to enjoy the ambiance as well as the menu? Table 45 Restaurant and Bar is the award-winning mixed culture restaurant located at the Intercontinental Cleveland, offering cuisine from around the world created by accomplished local chef Zach Brule. Open every day, the atmosphere at Table 45 is relaxed yet inspiring with weekday chill-out happy hours, a behind-the-scenes chef's table, and outdoor dining on Patio 45. Call for more details or reservations at 216-707-4045 or visit us at tbl45.com or on Facebook.
Well, Brendan Lynch walking off, as you see, under his own power. But Brendan Gulick still looks a little woozy and might have been a blow to the head.
Well, he was kind of hobbling, too. I don't know if it was the head or the ankle, but that's certainly, whatever the case is, it doesn't look like he'll be coming out soon.
Fake punt by Case. They run for the first down, and they get it. Adrian Cannon fakes kicking it, makes for the sideline, and gets inside Geneva territory. First down, Spartans at the 49.
You can almost feel a play like that coming at some point. And I don't think the Spartans wanted to punt the football away into that wind this early in the half. That's a great call, and they did it at a perfect time. They really caught Geneva napping.
Now Brendan Lynch on the training table behind the Spartans bench.
We seem to be looking at his left leg.
Left knee, maybe. Well, the Spartans keep the offense on the field. Billy Beecher in shotgun formation. Now a timeout's going to be called. No, a delay of game, so no timeout was called. Greg Debelak talking with Brian Erb. And seems a little unhappy with the way the Spartans handled that. Did not get the play off in time. 1st and 15. So they mark the football back now to the 46-yard line. The Spartans operating in their own territory once again. They lead it 20-7. 12:37 to go in the third quarter. Here's the pitch to Secret. Along the hash marks on the right. Gets across the 45. And is tackled right there. Nick Cannon there defensively for Geneva. A nice run by Manny Secret.
It was probably the most explosive play we've seen from him all day. Certainly for the biggest gain. Nice to see him in the ball game and contributing. I always remember watching him even when he was a freshman. I mean, this kid has always had talent. It's just been, unfortunately for him, a problem staying healthy.
That right knee has given him trouble all of the last couple of years. Beecher in trouble, gets rid of the football looking for Hockman, and it's incomplete. As Beecher had immediate pressure coming. Looked like Lamar Taft got in there. Check it was Brett Alberti in Beecher's face. Incomplete pass. 3rd down and 5 from the Geneva 44-yard line. Lapcevic checks in with DiFrancesco on the left. 3 receivers on the right. Anthony Bianco is lined up as a wide receiver, wide right. Beecher is the lone man in the backfield. Bianco in motion, 3rd and 5. They get rid of it to Erb, makes the catch, 40, 35, 1st down and more across the 30. They pile up on Brian Erb. He's never come down. Now he finally falls after a lengthy battle. So Erb makes the 1st down reception. The Spartans had 5 receivers lined up. And Brian Erb, the junior, makes the catch. And with the added yardage after the run, gets all the way down to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Spartans.
Well, it's good that that play worked out because I would have liked to see Beecher snap it quicker when the defense looked like they didn't know how they wanted to line up.
He's under center right now. Eye in the backfield, Hockman and Bianco. Bianco gets the handoff, tiptoes his way past the 25 and dives down close to the 22-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 6 for Anthony Bianco. And I believe you're right, Brendan. The Spartans look to be really focusing on running the football here, lining up in that traditional I formation. Beecher goes back, hands it to Bianco once again, gets to the 20. He'll be just short of the 1st down.
You know what? Why not? I mean, they've got 3 capable running backs. Hockman has proven to be very good as a fullback this year. You've got a lead. Keep the ball on the ground. The number one thing that could hurt you right now, if you're Case, is a turnover. So protect the football and just ground and pound and eat away at Geneva. You move the ball up the field very nicely here to start this drive.
On offset eye this time, Beecher will drop back in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the right, Erb and DiFrancesco. 3rd and 2. Beecher to throw it. Goes to Hockman coming out of the backfield. Makes the catch. 15-10. Down inside the 10 and out of bounds. Nick Cannon there on the coverage. Hockman pushed out at the 9-yard line. Screen pass yields 11. Boy, Hockman is such a weapon out of the backfield. Very soft hands on those catches.
I mean, he's versatile. He can do a lot of different things for you, and that really opens up a whole different set of plays for the offense.
Case knocking on the door now, 1st and goal at the 9. Beecher rolls right, fires it to Hockman again, makes the catch, 5, and inside the 2, and he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
I think he stretched the ball across the pylon, but he did it with his foot on the sideline out of bounds. And that was the reason why he didn't get the touchdown. Otherwise, a beautiful play. And again, Hockman comes out of the backfield and just sneaks out into the flat.
2nd and goal from the 1. Beecher under center. A little bit of movement. Everybody gets back. Beecher takes the snap. He'll try and sneak it ahead 1 yard for the TD. No signal yet. Now
and the whole pile's,
it's a touchdown.
The whole pile's in the end zone. How could he not be in?
Beecher just kept churning those legs, and the lineman in front of him finally moved the Golden Tornadoes back enough to get Beecher in. Touchdown Spartans. It's 26-7.
On a play like that, you got to give your big men up front credit. They created enough leverage, and Beecher got a little help from behind him when Secre and Hockman were pushing him in. The extra point has gone wide left.
So Bavaro misfires on the PAT. Case will settle for 6. 9:28 to go, third quarter. Spartans 26, Golden Tornadoes 7. Back with more third quarter action after we pause for this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, the Spartans strike here in the third quarter and go up 26-7, a 19-point lead for the Spartans. Billy Beecher, a 1-yard touchdown run to cap the drive, highlighted by a couple of nice screen passes to Adam Hockman. Looks like Brendan Lynch has taken off his jersey and shoulder pads, Brendan, with that left leg extended on the training table, icing it down on his left knee. Not a good sign for Lynch. Short kick. It'll be taken on a fair catch. Was that a fair catch on the kickoff? It was hauled in by Geneva's number 34. It is Brandon Hacker. I'm not sure why that occurred. You can catch it and run.
That's a head. You're allowed to run. That's a head scratcher for me too.
Well, he made the catch on the kickoff. It was a short kick, and the fair catch, I believe, was called for and taken at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 34. Channing back to throw, middle of the field, looking for Taylor, and it's incomplete. Pardon me, that was Fuller, the intended target. Lemuel Fuller.
And Fuller's been. He's been kind of their deep ball guy. When he wants to, really look down the field, Fuller has been the target at least 3 or 4 times today. I don't think he's caught a pass on a deep ball, though.
2nd down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Golden Tornadoes with the football over the middle. That's looking for Fuller, and it's behind him and incomplete.
Fuller just 1 catch for 3 yards on the day. Trying to get him the ball, but have not been able to.
So it's 3rd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Spartans leading at 26-7 here on homecoming Saturday at Case Western Reserve University. We've had some light rain on and off throughout the day. It looks like it might be falling very lightly. It is a windy day and very chilly, 50 degrees at kickoff. Case showing blitz. Here they come. Channing gets rid of the football. It's caught by Jones. Makes for the outside. Gets outside the numbers across the 40-yard line. And pushed out of bounds at the 42. That would bring about 4th down. I believe he's a little bit short. They needed to get up close to the 44-yard line. So they're 2 yards short. 4th and 2 from the 42. Channing's going to jog off. Jimmy Quinlan comes on the field. Actually, that might be Jeff Clegg, their backup quarterback. They have a number of duplicate numbers. That is Clegg.
Remember, he punted earlier.
And he will probably kick this one away, and there it goes. Angles it over to the far side. It's going to take a nice Geneva bounce and roll back close to the 17-yard line. So the Spartans will be pinned back after the punt by Jeff Clegg. Spartans will send the offense back on. Billy Beecher will jog back out onto the field. Spartans coming off a loss last week, 35-15, but they have this one in their control right now. 8:39 to go, third quarter. It's 26-7 on homecoming Saturday. A lot of folks watching from the new Wyant Athletic and Wellness Center. Beecher hands the football off on the first play of the drive. Ball's on the ground. Geneva thinks they have it. Now let's see. Looks like Case will keep the possession. I believe that was Manny Secret carrying the football. And Manny will jog off. Looked like it came away from him, but he got it back. And now Bianco checks in. Lapsevic checks in with Duraney. He will line up with Erb on the right. DeFrancesco is the lone man on the left. Bianco in the backfield with Beecher. 2nd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. Spartans operating in their own territory, moving left to right here in the 3rd quarter. He'll dump it off to Lapsevic. Low throw, incomplete.
Well, I think the biggest frustration with the injury right now to Brendan Lynch is that Case has been kind of thin at that position all year. You know, Lapsevic is not 100%. Yep. Brian Erb finally back here this week. Lynch was one of those emerging players at wide receiver that really kind of stepped up. Knock on wood, you know, DeFrancesco seems to be the only one that's been healthy, but as a freshman, you know, how much can you rely on him? And we'll have to see. I mean, he's obviously been good when he's played.
Well, Lynch is definitely done for the day. Beecher has all kinds of time to throw. They're coming at him from behind, gets hit. Late hit is coming up against Geneva. The pass was picked off, I believe.
Yeah, Thomas Benyo with the diving interception, but
it's coming back.
It is unquestionably going to still be Case ball here.
Well, a late hit from behind, and I believe that was Brett Alberti, number 98.
Yep.
So a late hit on Beecher after he threw the football will keep this drive alive. Thankfully, Beecher is okay. He had no idea what was coming. They'll mark it ahead all the way to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Spartans with 7:44 to go here in the 4th quarter. Well, again, Brendan Lynch having a career day today and hurt on a catch and run when he was out of bounds on the far side earlier this quarter. And the football straight ahead. No gain on the play as the football was carried by the Spartans. Looks like Manny Secret was back in, getting the call there. 2nd down and 9. They give him 1. Clock moves, 7:15 to go. 26-7. The Spartans leading it here on homecoming Saturday. Spartans have done well over the years on homecoming. They've won 5 out of their last 7. They'll pitch it out, and a quick hit as Secret catches the pitch, and he's tackled by Cannon. So another nice defensive play. This one goes for a -2, and it's 3rd down and 11 from the 33.
Well, if Erb would have been able to hold that block just a little bit longer, might have sprung him, but Cannon did a good job of shedding it and making the play.
3rd and 11. Beecher in the shotgun. 2 running backs flanking him on each side. Now he'll drop back to throw. Good protection up top for Erb, and he makes the catch, and there he goes. 40, 30, to the 20, to the 10. He'll go in for the touchdown. There's a flag on the play. If it's against Geneva, Spartans will decline it, and it'll be a 67-yard touchdown pass from Beecher to Erb.
And the flag was pretty much thrown right where the ball was caught.
It's going to go against Erb. Pass interference against the Spartans. That negates the long touchdown. Well, without the benefit of replay, Brennan, it's hard to tell exactly what happened, but you mentioned they were right together, jersey to jersey, as that ball was coming down. Beecher put it right on the money.
Oh, it was a perfectly thrown pass. And, you know, again, without the benefit of replay, I mean, maybe he just pulled down his arm a little bit. But, I mean, you can't throw a better pass. It was right over the shoulder, didn't break stride at all, perfectly thrown.
Now back to the 18, 3rd down, 26 for the Spartans. Beecher steps back to throw, and again, lots of time. Now he's feeling the pressure, rolls out to the right. He'll get rid of the football, and it is thrown out of bounds. That pass was actually caught in the air by Jared Hogue, the cornerback who came up, but he was out of bounds when he caught it. It's 4th down and 26. Case with 6:04 to go in the third quarter. They lead at 26-7. And Adrian Cannon, who ran for a first down on a fake punt earlier, will punt this one away. He's waiting on the snap from Mike Valeriano all the way back at the 5-yard line. Cannon will kick it away this time, and he shanks it. It goes out of bounds. And the official, the head linesman, will mark it out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That is a 6-yard punt. Not the way Cannon drew that one up.
Well, I would think with the fact he was kicking it into the wind, he was probably trying to kick it low, but obviously he just mishit it. Well, it's a good thing the Spartans are up 19.
Well, and also that shows the effect that you have when you have Nate Cannon as a return man, and that's kind of in the head of the punt team trying to kick away from him. And sometimes maybe it's better just to go ahead and do your normal thing and take your chances on your defense, but did not work out that time. The first play from scrimmage is an incomplete pass from Channing. And they'll hurry up again, no huddle for the Golden Tornadoes. 2nd down and 10 from the Case Western Reserve 24-yard line. They'll hand this football off to Jones, and he breaks to the outside, gets across the 20 and steps out of bounds near the 16-yard line. Nice run by Dylan Jones of 8 yards.
Well, going back to Brendan Lynch, who is obviously not going to return in this one, I guess the good news is he doesn't seem to be in agonizing pain, so hopefully the length of that injury won't be more than today or maybe a week.
Well, they've wrapped that left knee in ice. Jones hits the pile on 3rd and 2. He didn't get it, and the Spartans drive him backward. Gavin Sandage was there defensively, and Aaron Weisberg got in there, as well as some help from Zach Lyon. So the Spartans with a nice wall there, and Jones bounces right off it. In fact, lost a yard. It's 4th and 3. Channing is going to stay out with Jones in the backfield. They'll have a 4-receiver set here. Aaron Channing, the freshman. 4th and 3 from the 17-yard line. Case leading at 26-7. Third quarter.
They didn't get the playoff.
And they are late with the snap. Gino DeMarco may just blow a gasket over there on the Geneva sideline. 5-yard penalty will make it 4th down and 8 from the 22-yard line. And really, I guess in all seriousness, it might give Channing a little more room to work with here. They get that spread offense back out on the field. Checking in at a wide receiver spot is Cameron Updike. Josh Geiser on the left with Updike, 2 receivers on the right. Back to throw Channing. He's looking right. He'll go to Jones on a screen pass, but overthrows him. It's incomplete, and the Spartans take over on downs. Jones had some space in front of him, but the pass a little bit off the mark.
Well, I think if you're Geneva, I mean, this game's not over, but they've shot themselves in the foot today more times than they probably care to count. They're not a bad team. They've got some good athletes, and they've got guys who can make some plays for them. They've just got to play much better fundamentally. You know, on one hand, I'd like to say that they don't look like a 1-4 team because they've done some things that make you go, okay, but they haven't strung it together.
Beecher hits Medved across the middle, makes for the numbers on the right, is hit and knocked down. Tackle recorded by Tom Benyo. So Medved with the catch. Pickup of a first down. Spartans move the football out to the 34-yard line, make it the 33. Zach Medved hauling that one in, the sophomore tight end out of West Allegheny High School in Imperial, Pennsylvania. Geneva out of Beaver Falls, PA. Football handed up the middle. Looked like Adam Hockman, the fullback, carrying the football, picks up 1. Clock moving, 3:45 to go, third quarter. Wind blowing against the Spartans right now as they move left to right. Greg Debelak, the 11th year head coach of the Spartans, sending in the new play. Billy Beecher calls out the signals in the shotgun. Takes the snap, he'll wing it out, looking for Lapsevic and Duraney were standing in the same spot. So a busted play there as 2 receivers got right in that same territory.
Case is getting a little bit sloppy in the offensive side, and you really, I mean, on one hand, you don't want to be unsportsmanlike and run up the score, and I'm not insinuating they are, but you don't want to get content because Geneva's got a couple of good athletes on both sides of the ball, and you know this could get close again if you make a silly mistake.
Game far from out of reach right now for Geneva. Beecher rushed out of the pocket, fires it for the sidelines, incomplete. Duraney, the intended receiver. Roginski there on the coverage. Case will have to punt it away. It's 4th down and 9. We did show Greg Debelak a moment ago looking for his 75th career win. Case will punt it away. Adrian Cannon will set up at his own 20. And Nate Cannon stationed at his own 35-yard line. Here is the snap. The kick by Cannon, again angling toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds. And this will be ahead of the 40-yard line somewhere when they finally stop walking it off. It'll be the 43.5. A 23-yard kick with no return. Here come the Golden Tornadoes again. 3:07 to go, third quarter. And I think you hit on a good point, Brendan. If the Golden Tornadoes could just engineer a nice drive here and punch it in, they have to feel pretty good about themselves. They're right in the ball game. The entire fourth quarter still to come. Well, he's chased out of the pocket. Channing on the run, fires it. It is incomplete, and you're going to get a flag thrown against K.J. Peterson as he absolutely wiped out Josh Geiser. I don't know if it was so much Peterson tackling Geiser or just standing in his way, and Geiser just bounced right off him. But it's going to be a pass interference call against the Spartans.
Well, I think Greg Debelak's argument is either, you know, was the ball even being thrown to him? Otherwise, it would just be illegal contact downfield. They're actually going to call it a personal foul, not pass interference. Interesting. Well, that's more hurtful. I mean, that's 15 yards up to the 41-yard line, as opposed to illegal contact would have just been 5 yards.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Back to throw Channing, over the middle. It's caught by Geiser. Sprints to the outside, gets outside the numbers, makes for the sideline. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a first down. Boy, Geiser can fly. No huddle. They'll get back into the offensive formation. 2 receivers on each side. Jones, the lone man in the backfield behind Channing. Aaron Channing back to throw, gets rid of the football. Had some pressure coming from Ryan Berg, the outside linebacker for the Spartans. Hurried the throw. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Coming up for the Golden Tornadoes. They threaten here with 2:42 to go in the third quarter. 26-7 Spartans. Channing takes the snap, drops back. Pressure coming, gets away, still on his feet, gets back close to the line of scrimmage, and in fact might have picked up a yard before he is finally tackled by the Spartans. Dayton Snyder helped bring him down, and the football will be resting at the 29-yard line, 3rd down and 9. They'll keep the 4 receiver set out there.
Geneva doesn't really seem to be in much of a hurry.
They are running the no huddle, but not with a lot of urgency. They'll get the ball to Fuller, but it's, again, thrown behind him, a little crossing route. Tyler Hamilton helps break it up. It's incomplete. 4th down and 9 from the 29-yard line. It's almost sort of a deliberate hurry-up offense.
I mean, I wonder if they're doing that because they're trying to keep the same personnel out defensively for Case. But, you know, they're using most of the play clock just about every time out.
4th and 9 from the 29-yard line. Channing lines up as if to go for it. They do snap it to him. He's looking downfield. Pressure is coming. Gets out of the pocket. Fires it toward the end zone for Jones. It's caught at the 2-yard line. There were about 4 Spartans down there, and Jones somehow comes up with it and catches it for a 1st down. It's 1st and goal, Geneva.
Right place, right time, I guess. I don't know. Jones was over there, but...
Was that Flutie to Phelan?
I don't think that's how they drew it up. I'll just put it that way.
1st and goal from the 2. 1:43 to go, 3rd quarter. Well, this will make it interesting. They'll give it to Jones. Full head of steam. He dives in. Touchdown. Dylan Jones. The touchdown for the Geneva Tornadoes.
There's a flag down in the end zone on the near side. Would indicate maybe a foul somewhere in the line of scrimmage.
It's going to go against Case. It's offsides. And that penalty is declined. Dylan Jones with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. A 2-yard score. And right now Mike Gardner will come in, try the PAT. Holder has been Richco. He gets the ball down. It is up and it is no good. Wide to the right. Geneva has to settle for 6. 1:35 to go, 3rd quarter. Your score, Case Western Reserve 26 and Geneva 13. Back with more 3rd quarter action after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, a very chilly day today. Let's just call it for what it is. It's cold.
It is a cold, blustery October afternoon.
It has been raining a little bit as well. The rain has not been intense at any point, but it has been present. 1:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. 26-13. Case Western Reserve leading the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes. Here's the return on the kickoff by the Spartans. Brought back by Cody Calhoun, and he gets out across the 40-yard line on a nice return and ends up stepping out of bounds near the 44. Nice field position for the Spartans. And the Spartans will come out on offense. Now a holding call goes against Case on the return, so they're going to wipe out some of that yardage.
Again, the Spartans got to be careful here. You almost got the feeling that maybe for a short while they're starting to just play like they had a lead that, you know, couldn't be relinquished. And even though that was not exactly a pretty drive put together by Geneva, they got 6 out of it. And they've cut the lead now down to 13 points for Case. So go back to what you were doing. Just ground and pound here.
Well, Anthony Canganelli gets the handoff and runs across the 30. They had marked it back to the 24 on the penalty. And so a nice run by Canganelli of 7 yards makes it 2nd down and 3 from the 31-yard line. Football will be snapped from the right hash. Hockman and Canganelli stack up in an eye in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left, no one on the right except George Duraney at tight end. Beecher under center, takes the snap, goes to Canganelli, bounces to the right, now cuts back left. And is tackled near the 34-yard line. Should be good for a 1st down or very close. Depends on the spot. They'll eyeball it. And I seem to be taking a lot of measurements this year. I think there's a I think there's a movement to keep the games moving along, and unless there is just absolutely no way to tell, they're just making the call based on the sight test. That's a first down. Rain starts to fall again. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Under 30 seconds to play now in the third quarter. Straight ahead running. This is Canganelli. Shakes a tackle. Gets across the 40 down to the 42-yard line before he's finally tackled by Shane Cornuel, the sophomore defensive lineman out of Burrell, PA. That should be the final play of the third quarter. Billy Beecher looks over to the sideline. They'll let the clock run out. 26-13 Case after 3. They have the football as we head into the all-important fourth quarter next. Stay with us. More to come on Homecoming Saturday at Case Western Reserve University on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, there you see, 15 minutes on the scoreboard clock here at DeSanto Field. David Wilson, Brendan Gulick, Mike Becker, our producer, our crew of our camera folks doing a fine job today in some very tough elements. You can see how windy it is. It's a very blustery day. And right now, Case with the wind at their backs as they change directions in the fourth quarter. 26-13. Give the ball to Canganelli. Again, running over the right guard. Outside the hash marks, between the hash and the numbers. And he's dropped down at the 42. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Spartans. And again, Brendan, we talked about it earlier. Spartans want to move the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving, but not at the expense of effectiveness.
Oh, there's no question. You've got to make sure that you're continuing to convert on 3rd down. You can kill as much clock as you want, but they're not really in a spot yet where the clock is so much so on their side.
Football is loose, and looks like the Spartans were able to cover it. And again, the ball popped loose. Diving on it for Case was Sam Reeser, the senior offensive lineman, but it's going to bring about 4th down, a loss of 3.
With that failed conversion, the Spartans now 6 of 16 on 3rd downs. They've had the ball for about 10 minutes longer than Geneva. Geneva hasn't been very good on 3rd down either, just 3 of 11 today.
Well, as of right now, Geneva will get the football back on this punt by Cannon. He will kick it away, and it's partially blocked. They got a paw on it, and it's going to be recovered and down near the 40-yard line, getting in there on the punt coverage. Well, take your pick. There's 2 17s that we have to choose from.
I'm going to guess it's Reggie Hills. I don't think freshman
Hills,
quarterback Charles Manick was on the punt team.
Hills listed as a freshman linebacker out of Bowie, PA. He came in there, got the block, and just tipped it enough to slow it down. It did take a Case bounce back to the 39-yard line. That's where Geneva will take over. They'll swing it out to Fuller, makes the catch, Franco Harris style, right off the top of the turf. And he makes the grab that is good for a pickup of about 4, maybe 5 out to the 44-yard line. Is that Fuller's first catch of the day?
Second catch.
Second.
Yep.
Has not been a factor.
The first one was for 3 yards. That one for 5. I mean, they've thrown it to him time after time, but he hasn't been able to come up with it.
Channing hands it off to Jones. Angling out to the far side, trying to turn the corner, does. At midfield, gets to the 45 and out of bounds. Flag is down on the play, though. It's good for a first down if the run stands. Well, they have some speed on this team. Jones showing some good speed there, turning the corner on the wide side of the field. holding against Geneva. Boy, that negates a first down run. 13:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Spartans leading it by 13. It's a 2-possession game. The Golden Tornadoes with the ball. Second down now, and we'll call it a long 8. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. That's Taylor alone on the left. They won't go to him. It's intended on the near side for Devin Kolaski, but it's incomplete. Third down and 8. Boy, for Gino DeMarco and company, that's the kind of pass you just can't have dropped.
No, and I think it was less the drop pass and more, a bad throw. I don't think the ball was ever really handled cleanly by Channing.
Channing in trouble, tries to run for it with the pressure coming. He's knocked down by Sandage. And a fourth down coming up. That's going to lose a yard. It'll be 4th and 9 from the 40-yard line. And after getting the partially blocked punt and good field position, the Golden Tornadoes unable to move the football. And they'll have to punt it away against the wind. Dan Cronin is ready to return this kick. There's the snap. It's right on the money. And the kick is on its way, but boy, the wind just really knocks it down.
Yeah, but even still, that's not an awful kick considering.
Back to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a 25-yard punt with no return. That was a well-done job on the punt by Ed Schuster of the Golden Tornadoes. Well, it's a windy day when you just watch that punt at its apex just stop in the air.
It just stopped and went straight down.
Here come the Spartans offensively. 12:06 to play, fourth quarter, 26-13. Great to have you with us today for our coverage of Spartans football on Homecoming Saturday at Case Western Reserve University. Spartans 2-3, Golden Tornadoes 1-4. The snap goes back to Beecher. He'll wing it out. It's caught by DiFrancesco. Tripped up as he gets across the 35, so pickup of about a half a yard. Nicely done defensively by David Brown, helping to cut down DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco and Medved line up on the right. Brian Erb is the lone man on the left. Secre is checked into the backfield along with Canganelli. Awaiting the snap. Beecher with pressure coming. Gets away. Still has some time. Flips it toward Medved. It's incomplete. Player shaken up for the Golden Tornadoes. So an injury timeout whistled by the officials. 11:26 to go. Take a look at some of these stats. Brendan, we talked earlier about Brendan Lynch, who had such a fine day but appears to be out for the duration. 9 catches, 63 yards. Meanwhile, Beecher, 18 of 33 for a touchdown, 150 yards. Anthony Canganelli leading the way in terms of rushing yardage with 37. But holding a 26-13 lead. The last defensive series, a big one for the Spartans, I thought, with Geneva getting the ball back, a chance to pull to within a single possession. They were able to hold them off and get the football back.
Well, the thing that Geneva, and I know it sounds kind of silly, but the thing Geneva has really not working in its favor in this fourth quarter is the fact they've got to drive into the wind. And that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, obviously their passing game hasn't been spectacular today, but when you're down 13 points, you got to try to pick up big chunks through the air. You can't just expect, Jones to run the ball for 10 yards of play. By the way, the injured Golden Tornado that kind of hobbled off the field there was freshman lineman Chris Johns. He seems to be okay.
11:26 to go. We're in the fourth quarter. Beecher flanked by a running back on each side. 3 receivers, 3rd and 10. Case from their own 35-yard line. Back to throw. It's Beecher. Middle of the field. Pass almost picked off by Cannon. DiFrancesco was the target. Cannon's eyes got as big as footballs there as he stepped in front and could not hang on to it. He knocks it down, incomplete, 4th down and 10. Spartans will have to punt it away again with 11:21 to go. And if you're Greg Debelak and Derek Slash and Marcus McCullough, that clock just doesn't seem to be moving.
No, it doesn't, and it's got to be a little frustrating. I mean, you almost get to the point where you start thinking, you know, when's this game going to end? And you start playing to keep the final score the way it is.
What a punt by Cannon. This one is all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Spartans were trying to get to it. That rolled perfectly down the sideline, straight as an arrow.
I don't know if I've ever seen a punt like that.
It goes into the end zone. If the Spartans had been able to get to that on the 1-yard line, it would have been a 64-yard punt. Instead, they'll bring it back out to the 20. And it's a net of 45 on that kick by Cannon. Boy, that took an ultimate Spartan bounce. Channing will throw it in the backfield. That's a backwards pass. It's caught out there by Jones and runs ahead close to the 23-yard line. I believe that would be a run. Not sure how they'll score it officially. Under 11 to go now in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10, or I should say now 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line.
We do have a final score, by the way, in that W&J versus Bethany game, kind of the game of the week in the conference.
And the football off to Jones again. Absorbs a big hit from Sandage as he gets across the 31-yard line. Should be good for a 1st down.
Bethany did not show up today. 34-3. They got smoked on their home field. And W&J is definitely in position, as this one's blown dead. They are definitely in position to win the PAC if they can continue to play well. But Thomas More, who's right on their heels, is beating St. Vincent 35-7. Waynesburg at the very tail end of the 4th quarter is up 26-21 on Westminster. Carnegie Mellon won 21-10 today over Grove City. And in the UAA, Chicago, who's having a really nice year, is losing 21-9 to a very good and nationally ranked Bethel team.
Washington and Jefferson now 6-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference. They are the opposition for the Spartans on the road next week. Back to throw it. Channing gets rid of the football. It's caught by Devin Kolaski out to the 35-yard line following the walk-off. And it's 2nd down and 7. Jones gets the handoff on the no huddle. No running room. Gets to the 35 and knocked backwards. And a late flag coming out after the play was over.
A couple of other scores from around Division III. Fairly late 1st quarter, number 1 team in the country, Wisconsin Whitewater, playing Wisconsin Eau Claire. It's a 10-0 lead for the Warhawks. Mount Union is playing Heidelberg. That's a big game in the Ohio Athletic Conference. And they're beating Heidelberg 34-10 late 3rd quarter. And how about this one? John Carroll is playing Marietta at home today. And in the middle of the 4th quarter, the Blue Streaks, who are ranked 7th in the country, are beating Marietta 80-0. Wow.
So they've scored 17 points since you told me it was 63-0. 80-0?
80-0. They have not thrown a pass since the 10-minute mark in the 3rd quarter.
How much time is left now?
It is 9 minutes to go in the game.
Oh my gosh. Running clock maybe. Well, Channing on the run. Finds Josh Geiser. Sliding catch near the 38-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 18 yards, but short of a 1st down. It's 4th down and 4.
They had two interceptions returned for touchdown and 1 kick return, but still 80 points. That's got to be approaching a school record.
I would think so.
They won last week 62-0.
9:08 to go here, 4th quarter. So the drive stalls for Geneva. And here is the kick into the wind, spiraling kick, and it does not take much of a bounce at all. Rolls behind the 40 out to the 38-yard line.
That's the way you got to kick the ball if you're going to kick it into the teeth of the wind like that, because the wobbly or end-over-end punts, that's going to catch more of the wind and really kind of hold up. It's almost like throwing the ball. You really got to get that good tight spiral on it.
Ed Schuster with the kick did a nice job there. And the football is at the 38-yard line. I believe that went from 138 to the other, maybe. Kick of close to 25 yards, no return. Spartans come out with the football, 8:51 to go, fourth quarter, 26-13. Spartans leading it, looking for win number 3. Beecher under center, takes the snap and hands it off to Canganelli across the 40. He'll pick up 2 hard-earned yards there. And it'll be second down and 8. They'll keep the clock moving. Each team with 3 timeouts. Great day today with the Wyant Athletic and Wellness Center opening for tours, and I believe it's open for student and campus community use starting on Monday.
I think that's right. Beautiful building.
It's very, very nice inside. Canganelli again, running straight ahead, gets into the defensive backfield, finally tackled at the 50-yard line.
That's the kind of play the Spartans needed. They needed somebody to not give up on a play, really lower your shoulder and just kind of blast their way through. They can knock off another maybe 4 minutes of this clock and cut it in half. As you get a look there at the Wyant Athletic and Wellness Center, it's off to the right-hand side if you're looking at the field. If they can continue to kill some clock, I think they'll be in good shape.
Brady Beach finally brought Canganelli down at midfield. 1st and 10, Spartans leading it 26-13. Canganelli's hit in the backfield, keeps going straight ahead and dives back close to the 50-yard line. He had Luke Kronberg on his hips, wrapping him up. Finally got him to the ground. It's a short loss on the play. Second down, 11.
By the way, since we gave you some Division III scores, there are 2 scores at Division I that are of note. West Virginia is beating Baylor, the 4th-ranked team in the country, by 2 touchdowns, 41-27 in the middle of the 4th quarter.
Out to Erb on a short swing pass to the left, spins away from a tackler, gets to the 45-yard line, it's a pickup of 6.
Also had a shootout in the Midwest. I guess it's probably a little further south than Midwest, but OU, who is obviously a great team this year, loses at home to Kansas State, 31-30. Those are 2 of the bigger Division I games that have almost wrapped up today.
What time is the Notre Dame-Florida State game? Is that a late game
I
tonight?
think that's the 8 o'clock game tonight.
Never rooted for the Irish more in my life. I'm so tired of this whole Florida State, Jameis Winston ongoing saga. Enough already.
I couldn't agree more.
Timeout's going to be taken here by the Spartans on 3rd down and 5. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:21 remains in the 4th quarter. Your score, Case Western Reserve 26 and Geneva 13. Back with more 4th quarter action from DeSanto Field after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Spartans have the football, 3rd and 5 from the Geneva 45-yard line. Billy Beecher in the shotgun takes the snap, good protection, dumps the pass off to Albers, and a nice open field tackle by Malcolm Hill to knock Albers down before he can make for the 1st down marker. Well, that might be the defensive play of the day. That was nicely done.
Well, the Spartans are doing their best here to try to just keep that clock moving. But you're right, Geneva needed a big play on defense, and they came up with it.
Still just a 2-possession game, 5:47 to go. Spartans have not been able to put away the Golden Tornadoes today. Cannon gets the kick away with heavy pressure coming. This one's going to roll to the end zone. So a 44-yard kick. net of 24 after they mark it on the 20-yard line. 5:36 to go, fourth quarter. Spartans had a lead in this game of 26-7. The 9:28 mark of the third quarter. Geneva scored to make it 26-13. That's where we are right now.
By the way, if you're an Ohio State fan, they are up 14-0 on Rutgers in the middle of the first quarter.
This one thrown out for Fuller. He makes the catch at the 25 and then out of bounds close to the 27-yard line. Second down coming up. Is that an official Big Ten game now?
It is. Yep.
It's hard to imagine that.
Yeah, right.
Say Rutgers is
and
Big
Maryland,
Ten.
same way.
And Maryland.
I know when I saw, I was at Panini's over on the west side of Cleveland about, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. I'm watching Michigan play Rutgers. It was just weird to think.
Dylan Jones makes for the outside. It's outside the numbers, finally hauled down, but it's good for a first down. And I believe, well, let's see. I thought for a second there might have been a timeout taken, but that is not the case. Clock continues to move once they reset the chains. 1st and 10. Football marked at the 33-yard line now. Golden Tornadoes operating in their own territory. They swing it out to Jones on the right near the hash marks. He is hit and dropped by Cody Calhoun. As he gets to the 35-yard line, it's a pickup of, now they say 1 to the 34. Under 5 to play. Back to throw. It's Channing. Gets it ahead. This is caught by Devin Koloski out near the 37.5-yard line. Another short gain. And it's 3rd down and 5. Back to throw it. Channing hit as he throws. Got rid of it. It's incomplete. Gavin Sandage with the coverage for the Spartans. And Aaron Channing had virtually no time to get set that time. It's an incompletion, and it's 4th and 5. They'll have to go for it.
Well, he did a good job there of getting rid of the ball, not taking the sack, because Sandage had him around the ankles. And Channing just barely got that off. He threw it toward a receiver, so no grounding on the play. Now they can make sure they can at least set up a 4th and 5 play, because I would think if they don't convert this, they're probably not going to be able to win.
Now Channing was not ready for the snap. It hits him right in the midsection and falls at his feet, rolls back toward the line of scrimmage. The Spartans have it. They take over on downs anyway. Another mental error by the Golden Tornadoes. Aaron Channing not expecting the snap, and it was fired back right into his belly. And it rolled down a couple of yards in front of him, and the Spartans take over on downs.
If that's not a microcosm of what they've done all day, I don't know what is. I mean, again, Geneva's not a bad team, but they've got a lot of work to do on fundamentals. And if they clean some of those things up, this team could really compete. But you just can't win games when you make mistake after mistake the way they have today.
This one truly has been served up to the Spartans on a silver platter today. They'll give the football ahead to Anthony Bianco. Good hard running in between the tackles. Gets to the 35-yard line, a pickup of about 2. And a whistle and a timeout, I believe, is going to be taken here by Geneva. So we will take one as well. See if that was taken by Geneva or not. I did not see the signal. And yeah, it's taken by the Golden Tornadoes. They have 2 left. 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. 26-13. Spartans back after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Homecoming Saturday here at Case Western Reserve. So far, so good. Spartans take over deep in Geneva territory at the 34-yard line. Billy Beecher Hands the football ahead to Canganelli. And he is gang tackled at about the 34-yard line. Actually, that was a new running back in for the Spartans. Jake Burke, the fullback out of Johnstown, Ohio. Played his high school ball at Northridge. Another timeout will be expended here by Geneva. They will have one left. Well, Brendan, you look back over this this ball game. You had the high snap for a safety. Spartans immediately got the ball back and scored, so it was a 9-point swing. You had the 2 muff punts. You've had the bad snap just a moment ago. All short-circuiting potential rallies when Geneva was truly in this football game.
I mean, they could not have gotten off to a better start. At the very start of the game, I mean, they just rammed the ball down the field. Took virtually no time off the clock. The Case practically spotted them 7 points. And since then, you have seen a completely different team. Kind of hard to imagine.
26-13. Case Western Reserve leading it by 13, 4:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 7 now for the Spartans from the 34-yard line. Billy Beecher takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Now spins. He's in trouble. He's going to go down. Jimmy Quinlan helps with the sack there. That'll force a 4th down for the Spartans and a loss of about 3. And Geneva uses its final timeout. They'll stop the clock with 4:04 to go. Gino DeMarco electing to save as much time as possible. They will get the ball back here. And still 2 touchdowns would put them back into this game. Case unable to move it for a 1st down. You're looking at a 4th down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Next week, the Spartans start a string of 3 straight road games. Washington and Jefferson. Next Saturday, October the 25th at 2 o'clock. You can visit case.edu for a link to local coverage of that game. Play at Wash U on November 1st, at Thomas More on November 8th. All of those will be covered on case.edu with local broadcast and video coverage from the respective host school. Beecher on 4th down looks to go for it. Pocket breaking down. He got rid of the football, but it's incomplete. And boy, bodies all over the ground, including Beecher's. And everybody up and appears to be okay. But some heads knocking that time in the pocket there as they were all over Billy Beecher.
Well, if you're Geneva, you got it right where you want it. I mean, you burn 3 straight timeouts and you make a stop on 4th down. So you can't really ask for much more than this. But they've got less than 4 minutes to score 13 points, so they got to get moving here.
Aaron Channing back to throw. He'll go to the air, and it's incomplete. Looking over the middle for Zachary Taylor. 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line coming up for the Golden Tornadoes. Boy, a raw day today here at Case Western Reserve on Homecoming Saturday. Spartans with the better end of it so far, 26-13. Channing on the run, hits Taylor, and he gets out of bounds. Right about the 48-yard line, a pickup of 13 and a 1st down. So they are trying to move the ball late. 3:47 to go. Time is the ally of the Spartans right now. Here's Channing up top. Geyser makes the catch at the 20, tackled by O'Donnell inside the 15-yard line. So, things getting interesting now. Channing with 2 consecutive completions. The latest, the big one to Geyser down into the red zone. This one is for Kolaski, corner of the end zone near the pylon. It is incomplete. Jordan Esteban there on the defensive coverage. 2nd down and 10 from the Spartans' 15-yard line. Back to throw, Channing, he's in trouble. Hit as he throws, and it goes out of bounds. Good defensive pressure there by the Spartans. I believe that was Tyler Hamilton. I don't really see the number here. That may not be right. Looks like it was Ryan Berg, the outside linebacker. Almost sacked Channing, the freshman. 3rd down and 10. Back to throw. Channing over the middle. Caught. That's Taylor making for the 10. To the outside. To the 5. Dives close to the goal line. He says he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. That's a pickup of 12.
Well, the Spartans are fortunate he didn't get in because this possession started with 3:59 on the clock. And they are moving the ball up the field, knocking on the door here.
Pass to Geiser a couple of plays ago, went for 37 yards. Now to the end zone. Pass is juggled and caught. It's a touchdown. Devin Koloski, the sophomore, grabs it for a 3-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Channing. 26-19. Point after is coming. Mike Gardner sets up for the PAT. Updike is the holder. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up, no good. They misfire on the extra point, and 7 points is the difference with 3:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. 26-19. And the Golden Tornadoes using all of those timeouts to get the ball back and preserve as much clock as possible, and then Channing does the rest.
And they made the most of it. You know, they got one big home run ball type play. In the pregame show, Greg Debelak said, hey, last week, the thing that hurt us the most was the big play. We didn't convert on 3rd downs, and we gave up too many big plays. Could bet they'll have the hands team out there here with a 7-point lead. 2 missed extra points by Geneva, 1 by Case. You know, you got the safety you factor into things. I mean, little things that have made a huge difference in this ball game.
Well, imperative for the Spartans here to recover this onside kick attempt. You know it's coming. If Case is able to get possession of the football, Geneva cannot stop the clock. 3:03 to go. Here comes the onside kick, and it is grabbed by the Spartans. I believe that's Esteban who came up with the football.
Well, if Case can get 1 first down, that's probably going to be enough, unless it's the first play. We'll see.
So Esteban fields the onside kick successfully, and the Spartans have the football at the Geneva 43-yard line. 3:02 to go, 26-19. Well, you have to hand it to the Golden Tornadoes, never letting themselves get pushed out of this football game despite numerous mistakes that have really cost them.
Yeah.
Beecher to Canganelli. Powers ahead to the 40, a pickup of 3. So right now you're looking at about 40 seconds that can run off the clock with Geneva helpless to stop it. And only 2:40 to go in the football game. Well, they really pinned most of their hopes on getting that onside kick. That was really their last opportunity unless something very unusual happens. Beecher under center, using as much time as he can. They snap it with 5 on the play clock. There goes Canganelli. He's into the defensive backfield all alone to the 20, to the 10, and in for a touchdown. Canganelli blows through and scores to finish off the Golden Tornadoes with 2:13 to go.
They're just trying to run the clock out. And instead, the exclamation point. Anthony Canganelli, nicely done. Longest run of his day. He'll finish easily as the Spartans' leading rusher in this one.
Here's the PAT kick. It is up and it is good. That was kicked through by Mitch Hopkins of the Spartans. 33-19. The Spartans extend the lead to 14 points. 2:13 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll pause one final time and be back with more from DeSanto Field after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
In search of an extraordinary dining experience where you're certain to enjoy the ambiance as well as the menu? Table 45 Restaurant and Bar is the award-winning mixed culture restaurant located at the Intercontinental Cleveland, offering cuisine from around the world created by accomplished local chef Zach Brule. Open every day, the atmosphere at Table 45 is relaxed yet inspiring with weekday chill-out happy hours, a behind-the-scenes chef's table, and outdoor dining on Patio 45. Call for more details or reservations at 216-707-4045 or visit us at tbl45.com or on Facebook.
2:04 to go after the return by the Golden Tornadoes after the kickoff. The return out to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. 33-19. Anthony Canganelli, a 41-yard touchdown run. And the Spartans extend the lead to 14. Now Channing looks to run it. He is tackled as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mike O'Donnell and Dayton Snyder in there on the defensive coverage. So Tyler Doty there, the sophomore inside linebacker for the Spartans. Clock moving, 1:44 to go. Channing back to throw. Fires it over the middle. It's caught by Jones. Dylan Jones tackled by Gavin Sandage near the 41-yard line. Short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 3. Less than 90 seconds to go. Channing to throw it, goes for the sideline, incomplete over there, intended for Josh Geiser. That'll bring about 4th down. Well, Canganelli busts off the touchdown. That takes the air out of the sails if you're Geneva, but they were behind the 8 ball with no timeouts left.
Yeah, they basically need to score like 30 seconds ago and get the ball back.
They really needed that onside kick to come through, but they battled to within 7 points late in the fourth quarter. 4th and 3. Aaron Channing, the freshman. We'll hear from him again. He has a great career ahead of him. He scrambles out, throws it to Fuller, makes the catch. They convert on 4th down near midfield, and Fuller even gets out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That's going to go for about 13. They'll move the chains with 1:14 to go. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. They'll snap it back to Channing. Looks downfield. Moves out of the pocket. Fuller wide open in the middle of that defensive backfield. Almost lost the ball. It is loose. Fuller lost the football. The Spartans recover. Back at the 30-yard line. Case Western Reserve comes up with the recovery after Fuller lost the football. Looked like Ryan Bird fell on it. Not sure who caused it. Fuller lost it, and the Spartans will recover, and they'll be able to take a knee to finish out this football game. 1:02 to go in the fourth quarter. 33-19. Spartans will go to 3-3. Golden Tornadoes will drop to 1-5 as the Spartans go into victory formation. They will have to run one more play, and it will be over. Gino DeMarco already having his post-game huddle and discussion over on the far side. Spartans will have to take one more knee, and Brendan, you have to hand it to Geneva. On a day when they made numerous mistakes that really shot themselves in the foot. Could have folded the tent and just gotten blown out of here.
They could have, but again, this team is not bad. And I realize, throughout the game, and we pointed out time after time the mistakes that they made. Well, we pointed them out because they played such an important role. If they make half of those mistakes, this is not a 14-point deficit. Who knows, they may even have the lead. So, they've obviously got some things to shore up. And with a veteran head coach like that, I'm quite certain that, they'll turn the corner at some point. But at the end of the day, let's focus on Case. I mean, hey, you went out and you capitalized on mistakes. You did the things you needed to do to win a game. They're going to go on the road now for 3 straight weeks, which is not an easy thing to do.